Welcome back to another episode of Blue Belt Combat Sports with Zach and Neil. Zach, hope you're
But
doing well. What do you think of the fights this weekend?
they were better than my technical situation right now. They were good. I
Yeah.
thought. I feel like it just kind of lived up to expectations.
Yeah, dude, Chandler and Oliveira, that fifth round. Oh my God.
That was an awesome fight. It was Chandler just made his push in that fifth round. He almost got him too. He almost got him.
It was close.
He was swinging. But I thought it was really entertaining. The You look at the card. Let's pull up this card.
All right, let's start out with Charles and Michael Chandler.
Michael Chandler. What can we say, dude? Charles is still a savage. He's just
This was a huge win for Charles. He hasn't had one of these fights since the Beneil fight a year and a half ago. Like he got a much needed one.
oh, absolutely. Chandler, I thought Chandler did as well as you could really expect from the guy. I mean, he's come back fighting Charles Oliveira. He's
Yeah.
been out for 2.5 years, So,
He was out for 2 years. His last fight was 2 years ago on the Madison Square Garden card. Since that fight, Alex Pereira has become a double champ and had three title defenses and beaten Jan.
game moves quick, man.
Yeah.
Game moves quick. Um,
Yeah. I like this fight. I thought overall Charles looked good. He looked really good with his wrestling, which impressed me. I was surprised how good he was at taking Chandler down, who was the Division One All-American. Michael Chandler, you've been stripped of your Division One All-American status. But
Michael Chandler.
dude, he's a
Not
Division One
yet.
All-American. He should be taking down Charles at will, not the other way around.
Yeah.
I was surprised because Charles is not
Well, I
that good of
mean,
a wrestler.
no, dude. Charles is a powerful grappler though, and he's got that submission threat, so it just creates like hesitation.
Right, but that tells you how good Arman and Islam are because they took Charles down at will.
Yeah, they're yeah. I mean, they weren't as rusty though. I mean, Chandler.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you could. He was still out for 2 years. I mean, he was clearly in shape, but you know, he's coming back 2 years off of a
See you
rough
at the
fight with
see you at the
Poirier.
top.
Yeah, hasn't aged the best, but dude, this guy's a killer though. He's always putting on great fights. Like I can't hate on him. Just can't hate on him.
Do you do you like have you ever seen him like wearing that like oxygen mask and he's like riding the bike and he's like this thing's pumping a shitload of oxygen in me. It has like 10x on it.
No,
Like
I've
you've seen
seen
that,
that.
right?
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, you're I don't know what the hell you're doing. You're not improving. You're not a good fighter.
he's proving his cardio.
The dude lost to Charles, he lost to Gaethje, he lost to Poirier. Hell, if he fights Hooker right now, he'd probably lose.
He's beating Hooker.
Yeah, but he'd lose this time. Dan
I mean,
Hooker,
maybe, but Hooker's gotten better since they fought first time.
he didn't fight Tattoo Dan Hooker.
I mean, he's losing against these guys, but like, I don't really get where the hate's coming from because they've all been exciting fights. I just don't
Tat
really get what the problem is.
Yes, but Tattoo Dan Hooker is a mythical creature, like Blonde Brunson and One-Eyed Bisbing on 2 weeks'
Yeah,
notice.
Dan Hooker's doing great. I'm just saying, Michael Chandler, no reason to hate the guy, man.
Yeah. He's just cringy.
Yeah,
But
I can
anyway,
get that. I can get that where he's being like a little cringe, but I mean, it's kind of his shtick though. Like
mhm,
he's not talking like an absurd amount of shit. He just like cuts his like WWE promo or whatever
mhm.
he's trying to do. Where's a Conor McGregor?
All right,
I don't know.
all right.
So
I want to talk about the next matchups for Charles. He should fight Dan Hooker for a number one contender spot.
yeah, I mean you could do that, or I mean I know they were targeting Islam and Arman Suyukin for February, like February 1st.
I thought it was January.
No, it's February 1st.
Oh,
And so I know they're gonna do that. So it's gonna be early. So I don't know if he wants to wait for a title shot, then he could probably wait it out and get a title shot.
I think he needs one
Um,
more win. I think he's just because he lost to Armand, he needs one more win. Michael Chandler's not good enough a win.
that's fair. That's fair. I guess they weren't really advertising this as like a number one contender fight, but
I mean, Michael Chandler was like, the UFC will give me a title shot. I'm like, sure, buddy,
they might have just
maybe.
like throw him a bone.
I mean, here's the thing though. Gaethje's coming off of a nasty knockout. Like Gaethje's going to be out till probably April. Um,
Mm,
Gaethje's not going to fight for at least another 2 to 3 months. Um, and then Poirier, I was reading, had a partially torn ACL. He had a bunch of injuries from the Islam fight like 5 months ago. So Poirier's not going to fight for another 4 or 5 months, and he's coming off
mhm.
of a loss, and so is Gaethje. So the only guy left is Dan Hooker.
I'm here for it. I'd be up for a Dan Hooker fight.
Max Holloway is top five, but he just got knocked out by Ilya, so he's probably not going to fight for a while too. So it's
Yeah,
literally going to be Charles and Dan Hooker for the number one contender fight.
yeah. I mean, I would like to see Charles fight Max and rematch eventually, just because that fight just never really became
Hmm.
anything when they first fought.
Hmm.
Um, so I mean, I would like to see that at some point. But I mean, next, I mean, I agree with you. The next logical matchup would definitely be Hooker.
I mean, we haven't seen that fight. I think that'll be a great fight, but
Yeah, no,
also,
exactly.
yeah,
It'd be fun. We're
I think
both
it
two
just makes
rangy guys.
sense. Yeah, sorry. I was just gonna say it makes sense because Gaethje and Max Holloway were both knocked out pretty badly, so they're both not going to be fighting until April or May at the earliest. And then Poirier is still recovering from his injuries. He's probably going to be out till April or May.
Hmm.
So if Charles wants to fight in, let's say, March or February, Dan Hooker's available. Dan Hooker's healthy.
Yeah, it's
Pay
true.
him enough. Pay enough. He'll be a good hooker.
Terrible. All right.
Michael Chandler should fight. Give him Conor McGregor. Fuck it.
As well. Michael Chandler, yeah, I mean, I don't really know what you do with him. I mean, you can't give him like a top guy.
No.
I mean, maybe you could do, I mean, the highest profile fight that you could do with him is probably Patty. That would be the worst thing in the world.
Patty Pimblich.
Yeah.
You get it?
I mean, I think a more interesting test for Patty would probably be like someone like Marcano.
Yeah.
Um,
Moicano calls him Patty Pim bitch.
dude, those guys need to fight.
Yeah, they
I'd be
both been
so
talking
down
so
to
much
see
shit
it.
to each other. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it would be great. It'd be a great build up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Michael
if they don't
Chan.
do that though, they don't do that with Moicano and Pimblett, then I could see them maybe doing Chandler and Pimblett.
Hmm.
Is that, I mean, I'm not sure where Chandler's going to be in a couple days in the rankings. Right now, he's seventh.
He's probably gonna drop to like 10.
I mean, the guys behind him, though,
I
the guys
mean,
behind him are like Neil, Camrat, Fazeev.
I want to see Max Holloway and Fiziev fight when Max gets back.
So I mean, I honestly like, I feel like it could go farther, or like he could drop farther. Because I mean,
Yeah.
you have Benil, Camrat, Fazeev, Moicano. I mean, you could probably keep him above BST.
I want to see Moicano fight Beneil, and then I want to see Fiziev fight Dan or what's his face? Max Holloway when he gets back because I think Fiziev and Max Holloway that would be a banger fight. Like two strikers going at it, that would be a fucking war.
Hmm.
Like Gaethje Fiziev was a war. I think Holloway Fiziev would be a war because Fiziev's so technical on his sparring or his striking.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, he's arguably, I mean, there's a lot of great strikers in that division, so I don't want to say he's the best, but
He's the best Muay Thai guy.
If we're talking, yeah, no, exactly. If we're talking like pure Muay Thai, he's
I mean, he's
probably, he's the most skilled, I don't know,
had
purely in
like over four,
striking.
he's had over 400 Muay Thai fights, sanctioned, unsanctioned. So yeah, I think he's probably the
Yeah,
best.
yeah. Like he's got experience galore. Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
so that's all I gotta say about that. Great fight. Shout out to
Yep.
Michael Chandler. Shout out to Oliver.
Before we move on to the main event, I want to cover Bo Nickel and Paul Craig.
Okay.
This was a fucking snooze fest. No, my buddy literally watched two fights on the
Yeah.
whole card. He watched Bo Nickel, Paul Craig, and then Oliveira Chandler. And he was like, dude, he's like, this Oliveira guy, he's fucking awesome. And he's never seen any UFC fight until today or until yesterday. And he's like, Oliveira's awesome. And so is Michael Chandler. And he's like, Bo Nickel's boring as fuck. It's like, does this
Yeah,
guy know how to
rough.
do anything?
Yeah, it was a rough performance from Bo. I mean, I get it. Like he didn't want to take him down because of the triangle threat, so he's striking with him, and his striking just not there.
It's
But
better than Paul Craig's.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, he dominated the whole fight. I mean, there was not a moment where Paul Craig looked like he was going to start taking over.
Hmm.
Bo Nickel was in control of it at the time, but he just didn't take him out quick. I mean, he's just got these crazy expectations on him.
Hmm.
He talks a big game, and people talk a big game about him.
Hmm.
So
Do you think he'll be ranked?
uh, Paul Craig is ranked, right?
No, Paul Craig is not ranked. Paul Craig has lost two in a row to Kaio and Brendan Allen before this fight.
Right, right. Yeah, he probably won't be ranked. I was thinking if Paul Craig's ranked, then he would most likely enter, but not, no, because right now Michelle Pereira's ahead of him.
Yeah.
You can put Bo Nickel ahead of Michelle Pereira.
No.
Doesn't make sense.
I think that might be a good fight to make. Michelle Pereira, Bo Nickel.
I'd be down. I'd be up for it. I think that'd be a
But
great
I think
fight.
Michelle Pereira would beat the shit out of Paul Craig or Paul Craig. Michelle Pereira beat the shit out of Bo Nickel because Michelle Pereira is really good. Bo Nickel's still got a lot to learn.
Mm. And Pereira's a bit wild. He's definitely got some holes and takes a lot of risks. So I mean, Bo could make it a good fight.
His takedown defense is really
Not
good.
necessarily
So
things like squash. Yeah, I mean, Pereira is so powerful.
yeah,
He's
and
just got like middleweight,
he's a
like
light heavyweight
real.
and middleweight.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like. I mean, he used to fight at 70, which is crazy. I mean, he's
He
just got
was yeah no.
power. Like he's just
Mhm.
explosive. So I mean, yeah, I mean they're both fast starters. So I don't know. We'll see what
Paul
happens.
Craig should go down to 170 and fight Colby.
Although, do you see what they
Oh
just
no, no,
shuffled
no, no,
the?
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that after. That's our news that segment after.
Okay, all right, that's fine. But I mean, look, all I gotta say about Paul or Bo Nickel is, I mean, he did dominate, but I mean, the man got booed out of the arena. So I mean, it's just like a tough hit
I was actually
against his
impressed with this fight.
reputation.
I was impressed with his striking though. Like he was willing to not go for a takedown. Like he impressed me with the striking, but I just thought it was boring.
Yeah, I mean, I think he showed a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
I mean, he's clearly like showed the mental chops in this fight because it's probably so tempting for him to just be like, dude, fuck this guy. I'm just gonna shoot on him, put him on his ass, and I'm gonna beat the hell out of him. But
Oh, he was doing leg kicks. Like Bo Nickel is doing leg kicks. He's improving.
he I think he was trying to bait him
Yeah.
into like shooting on him. Like Paul Craig was trying to bait Bo Nickel into shooting on him. He didn't budge at all. He didn't even fake. He probably could have faked the shot. Maybe that would have helped his striking. Just do like a level change here and there. Um, I mean, he clearly made a commitment that he was not going to shoot.
Hmm.
Just do it. I don't know. Maybe a level change would have opened up striking. Because I mean, eventually Paul Craig is just like, all right, well, I'm just going to defend the whole time then. Throw a
Hmm.
body kick here and there. It's fucking weak ass body kicks. With all due respect.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I mean, I think it's a good win for him, but his stock didn't really go up.
Hmm.
He clearly needs to develop more, be way more active than he is. He's fighting twice a year. He fought
Yeah.
twice this year. He's kind of looked like shit both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, next one, main event.
Yeah, John Jones and
This was a
Stipe.
terrible main event. Stipe looked old and slow.
Yeah, no, he looked every bit of 42. It was a bummer.
I was like, can Tom just like take his spot? Can you just sub Tom in real quick?
Yeah, right. Kick down the doors. I win.
And
I mean,
my honestly, fight great performance by John. You know, pace was good, leg kicks were great, body kicks awesome.
mhm.
My issue is afterwards when he was asked about Tom, he's like, I just want to take this time to thank Jesus Christ. Like, dude, Jesus, you're going to hell regardless of what fucking happens the rest of your life. First of all, you hit a pregnant lady and ran the fuck away. Like, fuck you.
Mhm.
Like, you're going to hell. So fuck, we'll get that out of the way. But don't bring Jesus into this. You and Tom need to fight.
Yeah, no, he's trolling. He's, I don't know. It's kind of hard call. I think he had a good performance. He did what he was supposed to do. Pretty much kind of what I expected out of him.
Hmm.
I mean, Stipe was just like a little too slow. I mean, you could just see moments where it's like, ah, man, if he had like the prime Stipe speed, he could catch him, but
Hmm.
just wasn't there.
No,
Beautiful spinning back kick. Can't hate him in the spinning back kick. He's great.
I think he should fight Tom next. How do you think that fight would go?
Him and Tom, dude, that's I think it'd be the biggest heavyweight fight of all time. Be
Really?
fucking spectacle. Yeah, dude. At this point, dude, Tom Aspinall's like completely blown up this week. He didn't even fight. He showed up for a weigh-in that he didn't even cut weight for.
Bro,
He
he
just
weighed in at
showed
I think
up.
like 260. John's like
Just
235. He's
like that man clearly has presence. He's made a connection with a significant portion of the fan base to where they're like shouting over the press conference. I mean,
yeah, he's
the whole
exciting.
week was like about Tom Aspinall. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, when this is over, are you guys gonna fight Tom? Nobody asked about the fight. I mean, a couple people did, but like most of it was like Tom Aspinall, Tom Aspinall, Tom
hmm
Aspinall. I mean, John Jones' reputation just precedes him at this point. So I mean, put those two things together and add in just John's reluctance
Would
to
would this
fight
have
him.
been bigger than Fedor fighting Brock Lesnar?
Mm, Norton Lesnar.
Like Brock after he beat Shane Carwin for his second title defense.
Oh, okay.
And then
So
they're like, "Hey, you're gonna fight Fedor"
we're
before he got the
talking
health
like
problem.
2010 Lesnar and
So,
2010
let
Fedor.
me let me backtrack. Let me backtrack. 2010 Lesnar, he just beat Shane Carwin for his second title defense before he gets the ulcers and the stomach problem, or colitis or whatever the fuck. He had some stomach problem where they removed like half his intestines. Before that happens, Brock versus Fedor happens.
If
Was that a
Fedor,
bigger fight, or is this
I
like
think
weight fight?
it would be just as big. Maybe I mean maybe bigger. Brock had a special kind of like. I mean, he had the MMA fan base that liked him, but he most of what he had was a wrestling fan base that was following him over, coming
I've
following
t
him during his transition to MMA.
I've met a lot of guys at bars and wherever, and they're all like, "Yeah, he's they're like, yeah, I got into UFC because of Brock."
Yeah, I mean Brock is massive. He's a pillar in the growth of the sport. I mean, he had McGregor numbers. Like that's the thing. Like
He was
he
McGregor before
really,
McGregor.
it's like if you put Conor McGregor's, I don't know, not McGregor was more popular, but no, that's such a power kick, dude. With Fedor and Brock, no, that would have been absolutely massive, but it just never happened, So it's kind of hard. It's impossible to say. I mean, what they were going to do at the time was they're going to put it in Cowboy Stadium. That was the plan. So I mean, it would have been, you know,
They should do more
it would have
fights
been
at
the most.
indoor football stadiums
Yeah, yeah.
because Dana
They've
doesn't
only done
like
it a few times
outdoors.
though.
What's up?
Yeah, they don't like the outdoor ones,
Yeah, but like Cowboy
which makes
Stadium's
sense.
indoors.
Yeah, but they've just never done an event there. But they were planning on doing that if negotiations would have
Hmm
come together correctly. They would have
Yeah,
done that there. So I mean, that would have been the biggest UFC event
yeah,
ever.
yeah.
This
So
fight,
yeah, we agree. John Jones should fight Tom Aspinall.
the
I
fight's
want to.
already massive, and John Jones isn't. The Jones Aspinall fight is already the most talked about fight in the sport, and they haven't even like agreed to fight each other.
Yeah,
So it's just one of those things.
I want to take this time to give credit where credit is due to Stipe Miocic. No one gives him his flowers. When I meet people from Cleveland or Ohio, I'm like, do you guys know Stipe?" They're like, "Who?" I'm like, "You don't know Stipe, the heavyweight goat, a full-time firefighter? This man was a part-time paramedic firefighter when he was the champion. Like, Stipe, you're a great guy. You're a model citizen. Your immigrant mentality, you're steopic. You are the greatest heavyweight of all time, and I just want to give you your flowers and say that it was an honor watching you, and we will miss you."
I second that. And just yeah, look at somebody who just like earned it, just like earned every bit of it. He climbed the ladder at each step, just
What
took
really
everybody
irks
out,
me is no
legend
one
after
gives him his
legend.
credit.
Yeah, yeah, just that's the bummer. It's like they didn't even have like a video package for him or anything
No.
like that. Like, come on, man. Like you're talking about this guy like he's the GOAT, which he in the UFC he is for heavyweight.
Bro, him and
They don't
DC in
even
those
like
wars,
yeah, I mean, come on. So I mean that was a little disappointing just to see like the anticlimactic send off. But yeah, I mean, just just one of the best ever. Bottom line.
One of the best human
Yeah.
beings to have ever fought in the UFC. Fucking, he's a full-time firefighter, dude.
I think he's part-time, but it's
No, he's
okay.
full-time. He was part-time when he was champion. Now he's full-time.
Ah, fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah. He got a fire helmet from the NYF New York Fire Department for like all the firefighters that died 9/11.
Fair enough, fair
Like
enough. But
John Jones is repping all his shit. He's like John Jones is trying to be what Stipe is, in terms of
yeah,
the good guy.
he was just like, I don't know, man. He just clawed his way up. Like they just didn't want him to be champion. And he just I mean, he had to practically beg for a title shot. Like his title shot should have came 3 fights earlier. And it actually
Stipe
did.
Stipe or John Jones?
Like when Stipe first fought Fabricio Verdum,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
he was
Okay, yeah, that's what
so
you're talking about.
overdue for a title shot at that point.
Yeah,
Like
he had to
his
beat
reign
Mark
to
Hunt, right?
he beat Mark Hunt. He had to beat he beat Arlovsky.
No, no, no.
Who
He beat
forget
Mark
again.
Hunt and then he got the title shot.
I think he beat Mark Hunt before he beat Arlovsky.
Let me
Let's
see.
see.
No, yeah, oh no, you're right. He beat Orlovsky, and then he got the number one contender. That was the number one contender fight, and then he got the title shot. 'Cause he lost to JDS, and then he beat Mark Hunt, he beat Orlovsky, and then he fought Verdum finally.
Yeah. I mean he goes on
He went on a
he
six
goes
fight
on
win streak before the Donut Man stopped him.
yeah, but I mean, you gotta realize, like, he lost to Stefan Struve early in his UFC career, like in his second fight, his second or third fight, so fourth fight. Correct myself here. His fourth fight in the UFC, he loses to Stefan Struve. After that, though, he starts dominating like Roy Nelson, Gonzaga. He stopped Fabio Maldonado quickly.
Fabio
And he fought JDS though. He fought JDS in 2014. So this is when JDS was. This is I believe this is the first fight of JDS coming off the Kane trilogy,
Oh,
and
and
he had
it
an
was a close
amazing.
fight.
It was a very close fight. Stipe though was a bit heavy underdog. I think he was. I'm looking at if Tapology is correct. He was a plus 370 underdog. But he has this like absolute knockdown war with Stipe or with JDS. He loses the decision. He probably should have won the decision. And most people who watched the fight felt like he should have won the decision. So he's got these 4 fights where people feel like he should be, undefeated in this round. And he takes out Mark Hunt or Lasky. So he was just overdue from here. Because after the JDS fight, it's like, no, we gotta give this guy a title shot. He's
And what did he do?
he showed everybody that they're wrong. He knocked out. He went in front of I believe at the time it was either number one or number two most top three for like 10 spark because it's the biggest event they ever put on in Brazil with Verdum and Miocic. He knocked out Verdum in 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. Stops. I mean, three first round stop.
Bro, and
They were,
he was going backwards. He wasn't going forwards. He was going backwards when Verdum was getting him, and he got
yeah.
him.
I mean, it's just like at the height of Verdum powers. Verdum was like people were giving Verdum his flowers at this point. It's like Verdum had beaten every legend the sport had thrown at him.
Yeah. He beat Fedor, he beat Kane.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he just beat everybody,
Yeah.
and then he just got violently face planted. I mean, yeah, he's just finally finishes, and he revenge his loss against JDS first round
Bro, he
thing.
beat Alistair, JD. He beat Verdum, Alistair, JDS, and Francis. Like he beat four legends to after from the title to his third defense. And then he goes through a trilogy war with DC.
His whole win streak was legend. Hunt was a legend. Olasky's a legend. Every single one of these guys is a legend.
And like Orlovsky and Hunt were still in their prime, were still like somewhat good back then, right?
Oh, absolutely. Olasky was on a run. He was on his late career renaissance. He was on a win streak. He knocked out like Travis Brown, Frank Mir. I don't think he knocked out Frank Mir. He knocked out Travis Brown and Bigfoot Silva.
Yeah.
He had come back to the UFC and he was going on a tear. Like he was completely overperforming. Really
I
great
mean,
to
he
see
went on
that.
a five fight losing streak after Stipe, but
At the time, he was on a 4 fight winning streak, and he was looking as good as he had
no,
ever
he was on a
looked.
six fight winning streak. So you're correct.
Yeah, I mean, he was looking as good as he had ever looked. I mean,
Yeah.
outside of maybe like 2003 Orlovsky, but you're just never going to get that guy again.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, just undeniable, undeniable career.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, uh,
You know,
that's it.
Arlovsky fought Rumble and lost by decision at the old PFL league when it was
Yeah, World
called.
Series of Fighting. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I loved World Series of Fighting. The first run of events that they're putting. I mean, look, the majority of their run, they were good. Like the first few years that they were around, oh my God,
Mhm.
it was great. They were just signing great talent. They had really good prospects coming up. That's the
Yeah.
thing. They sign World Series of Fighting signs all these vets. Then they build out of that their own, like homegrown talent. And those
Hmm.
homegrown talents become absolute stars. I mean, Justin Gaethje, Marlon Moraes, are like the two
Yeah.
kind of figureheads of it.
Yep. But yeah, Stipe, you are going to be missed. Good luck in retirement. Hope you do well in Ohio. Maybe we'll visit your firehouse someday.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, that was good. Anything else on the main card? I thought Masahiro Ruffy looked good.
yeah, roughly look good. Let's go back here.
The women's fight looked good too. It was a good fight.
Yeah, that's a solid fight. I think Korean Silva just fell behind, but Araujo looked good.
Yep. Yep. The women's fight was the most important fight in the main card. We got to support our women.
Ruby and Lantov, that was an entertaining fight. Ian Martinez, I did not see. I was on with my brother's house, so I didn't see that one. I did see Jim Miller though, turn back the clock.
Bro, that was insane. What he because he was losing that fight and then he got the takedown and reversed that shit. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, it's great. Early prelims had some solid finishes.
Oh, we're not done yet. We're not done yet.
Okay,
Onama looked good.
yeah, Anama did look good.
Yeah.
Solid decision win for him.
Shout out to Obama's nephew. He did well.
Yeah, no, I like Anama. It's always
Yeah.
entertaining. So
And then Marcin Tybura looked really good.
mhm. Nasty able to finish it.
Yeah.
Top, oh, damn, I almost slipped in my chair.
Mm,
John Tadese, I mean, I think Obama's back.
yeah. All
But I
right.
mean, Tabor's the wall.
Yeah. Tybura should fight. Honestly, give what's his face? Give Tybura one of those Brazilian there's two Brazilian guys at heavyweight. Marcos Rogiera de Lima or the other guy, Rodrigo Nascimento. Give him one of those guys. Let him get a win streak going.
Tabor's ninth though. That's the thing.
Give
So I
him
mean,
Marcos de Lima, the guy Derek Lewis beat in Salt Lake City. Like that dude's ranked 13.
they could do. I could see them doing Mick Parkin. Parkin trains with Aspinall. Who's
How
like a
what is his rank?
15,
He's 14?
15.
Oh, 15. Yeah. De Lima's like 13, so I mean you could go either or.
Yeah, I mean, I
But he
could
needs
see them
to
doing Mick Parkin, Waldo,
he
DeLima.
needs to earn his way back. Like he needs to get two more wins in like the lower 15 and then maybe like 11 and then he can get one of the top 5, top 7 if he has a 35 right win streak.
Yeah, the rest of I mean, the guys above him. I mean, they're just all booked or busy. I mean, I guess maybe you could do Blades, maybe,
Yeah.
but I mean, everybody else is booked. So I mean, the
Yeah.
only other guy would be Blades or
Yep.
somebody 12, 15.
Yep. Any other comments on this card?
Nope.
All right.
I think the first two fights, Open Elliott and who was the other guy, Ramiz, they both had really good finishes, both violent
Yep,
right
for
hand
sure.
finishes. So they look good, but otherwise, I got nothing. Rest in peace,
Yep.
Chris Weidman. He has
Chris
shit
Weidman,
canceled.
rest in peace to your career. All right. So moving on to boxing. The biggest event of the year for boxing just happened.
Interesting weekend of fights. A lot of elder abuse going on this weekend.
Bro, I was at a bar watching the fight and everybody's like, this is a shitty fight. I'm like, yeah, if you want to watch a real fight, watch UFC tomorrow.
Did you see the previous two fights? My
Yeah,
card?
yeah, yeah.
Barrios and
Let's put
Barrios
on
fight.
so let me pull up the card. Paul versus Tyson. Like it was a good marketing scheme because you have people at bars talking about it.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's Mike Tyson. So I mean, just the name of Mike Tyson's carrying the event.
But that's the whole thing. Jake Paul doesn't have any good opponents anymore that can sell. He's losing money, so he's like, I need Mike Tyson.
Hmm. It worked this time. Oh, but I mean, I thought when the Mike Tyson fight, let's just get out of the way. It was depressing. I mean, the guy is 60 years old. He's limping. He's like tripping up the stairs, limping to his corner. I mean, what showed was that he still has deep defensive boxing skill. I mean, he wasn't getting like whacked around. I mean, he was getting thumped around or getting
Yeah.
dropped. He get dropped at all. I don't think
There
he just
there
got tired.
was
He got tired so quick.
there was no single knockout on this card. That's how fucking bad it was.
I mean, yeah, that's tough. No TKOs even on the undercard. But the Barrios fight was good though. The Barrios Ramos fight was good. And the Katie Taylor Manor Serrano fight was fantastic.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can't really be mad at it. Free card on Netflix.
Hey man, I
The
don't have
main event was a
Netflix.
joke. We all knew the main event was going to be a joke. If you didn't know it, this is what
Sh
happens when old people fight. Hopefully now you know.
Shout out to Stream East. I don't have Netflix.
Fair enough. Just saying. It's free for you anyways.
Yeah, but no, yeah. I thought Mike Tyson looked she just looked old. I thought Jake Paul held back. He didn't want to embarrass him.
Yeah, especially at the end there when he was all like beaten, tired, and Paul just like bowed to him. So
Yeah.
I mean, best case scenario, I guess, other than other than Tyson winning. I mean, that'd be best case scenario, but
Yeah.
nobody got hurt, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Poor guy had a serious medical episode over the summer. So Katie Taylor, Manor Serrano, they threw down.
Mm-hmm.
That was a crazy fight. Just I mean, constant combinations and girls were getting headbutted.
Can we talk
So,
about sorry, go for it.
no, I was just gonna say it was just a bloody, action-packed,
Mm-hmm.
awesome fight.
I want to give a shout out to Mike Tyson slapping Jake Paul in his underwear without shoes on. And then Mike Tyson's cheeks being shown on the Netflix pre-fight stream.
Oh my God, I was so shook by that. I'm like, there's no way they just showed that. He kissed his son on the cheek, turns around, shows his ass to the world. It's a power move.
Like, Mike, what are you doing?
It's a,
Mike, what are you doing, Mike?
it's a power move, man.
You know that Mike Tyson had Jake Paul on his hotboxing podcast like a year and a half ago.
Mhm.
And he told him on there, Connor's not afraid of you.
Yeah, no, I remember that. I remember
But
that.
yeah. This I thought overall this card was a joke. I thought every other fights were good. I thought this fight was a joke. I genuinely believe that Jake Paul should fight Anthony Joshua next because he's a heavyweight. Fight Anthony Joshua, buddy.
Put him in there.
Or Francis Ngannou. If you want to fight someone, fight Francis.
Yeah, I saw Archer Betterbeef calling him out.
Who's
Which I
Archer
think,
Betterbeef?
yeah, Betterbeef. He's the light heavyweight champ.
What is his weight? 190?
It's a good question. I think it's like one. I don't think it's 190. I think 190 is cruiserweight. I think he's like 70, 175, I think is what it is. You look. Yeah, 175.
He's too small.
Yeah. Yeah, so I could see Betterbeef fighting him. He is
He's also
smaller than him.
40.
He's smaller than him, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know if who cuts down or Betterbeef moves up or whatever. But I don't know. I don't really care what Jake Paul does with boxing. I
I
don't
don't
really get what's
either.
going on with it. He's going nowhere. It's not really my thing.
He's not gonna be a champion ever.
I mean, I'll watch it when he comes by, but I don't really view it as consequential.
Fuck it. Have him fight Mayweather.
Why not?
Fuck it. Give him Mayweather. Logan Paul already fought him. Let's let Jake fight him.
Mhm.
I was telling my boy about the Logan Paul Mayweather fight where like it was like remember how the ending was like I think it was like Mayweather or Logan Paul hit the referee and like a brawl started happening and they called it off.
Isn't that Dylan Dennis?
Wait, is that Dylan Dennis fight or am I getting them confused?
Yeah, I don't think they called off the. They didn't call off the Paul Mayweather fight early.
Oh,
I
was
think they
it to,
called
it was
off.
the
I think that was Dylan Dennis. Dylan
it was
Dennis shot a takedown on Logan Paul,
yeah.
and Logan Paul just like pushed him away. He's like, "Get the fuck off me, dude."
It's funny. Dylan Dennis or Logan Paul's a better wrestler than Dylan Dennis because Logan Paul was a state wrestling champion in Ohio. And I've seen him grapple with Paulo Costa. He's legit.
Hmm.
Have you seen that? You've seen that footage, right? Him and Paulo Costa grappling.
Yeah, I think I saw it a while back. Yeah.
Dude, Costa. I mean, Costa's legit. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's it for the boxing segment. In terms of fight news, it's a Christmas miracle. Colby Covington's actually going to fight a contender on December 14th when he takes on Joaquin Buckley in Tampa.
Oh, yeah. We did a small shuffle. Yep. I think Buckley was supposed to fight Gary.
No,
Ian
no, it's
Gary.
supposed to be Ian Gary versus or actually no, you're right. Buckley was supposed to fight Ian Gary, and then Ian Gary decided to fight Shafkat instead because Bilal's out. And so they had to move Colby in to fight Buckley. I wanted to see Ian Gary versus Colby Covington. That would have been a great fight.
I think this will be. Yeah. I mean, I'm a little more interested outside of the. I mean, the build up would have been way more interesting with with Ian Gary. But stylistically, I think Buckley could be a more interesting matchup.
Oh, Colby's getting knocked out.
I mean, I haven't seen Colby fight somebody who's really explosive in the way that Buckley's explosive.
I haven't seen Colby fight anyone who wasn't a senior citizen. And
No, I mean, honestly though, he hasn't fought anybody that's younger than him. And
I mean,
God,
he fought Leon and Kamaru.
Kamaru's not younger than him.
Oh, but he fought Leon.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay. So he fought Leon, but he looked old against Leon though.
Yeah. He's
He
gonna look
looked
old
really.
against dude, Buckley.
That's the
Buckley
thing.
can
Like he's older now,
yeah.
so like when he's fighting the champion, I mean, yeah, the champion's probably going to be younger than him, unless it was Kamaru. But
Yeah.
Colby was a little bit younger at that point in time.
Bro, Colby Covington in 2019 was a bad man.
He did put on a great fight with Kamaru. Put in two really good fights with Kamaru.
Bro, I swear to God, if he didn't get that nose injury and he fought Tyrone Woodley right after he won the interim, he would have beaten Woodley.
Probably would have.
Like he was good in his prime when he was like 2018 to 2021. Colby Covington in his prime was really fucking good.
Oh yeah, no, he's a tornado.
Yeah, but now he's not that. Now he sucks.
Well, he sucked in his last fight, so we'll see. We'll see what the time off
He
does
didn't
for
look
him.
that good against Masvidal, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, he should have done better against Masvidal too, but
He
he
his
looks better
takedowns
against Masvidal.
his takedowns were not good. Like he just held him. He didn't really take him down well, you know? Like Masvidal has really good takedown defense, granted, but Gilbert Burns looked better against Masvidal than Colby did. Colby did not look good against Masvidal. He did not look good against Leon. So like it's just he's not in his prime anymore.
Yeah, I agree. So I mean, I'm excited about that matchup. It'll be very interesting.
Yeah. Shavkat and Ian
Um,
Gary, that's gonna
just
be
to
one.
completely, yeah, the shot of Kennedy and Gary. That's gonna be interesting. Five rounder.
I've got Shavkat by submission.
I agree.
Ian Gary has not fought a wrestler yet. You're about to meet Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's somebody's gonna be very. I don't know how to put it.
He's gonna get
I
exposed.
think I think you have the two hottest prospects right now, both fighting each other, both undefeated. And that's just gonna be like a powder keg. It'd be something cool. Like they're both. I just feel like this type of matchup just makes these type of guys just like rise to the highest level. So I'm
I think
excited about that.
I think welterweight's the best division right now in the UFC.
Right?
You still got the old vets in Kamaru, Leon, or sorry, Kamaru, Wonderboy, and Colby, and you got these and Gilbert Burns. Then you got these young guys, Sean Brady, JDM, Ian Gary, Shavkat, and you still got Leon, and you got Bilal who's champion. Like it's a competitive ass division.
paper it's competitive, but these guys just aren't fighting each other as much as they should be. So it's just,
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
the division's great, but it just
yeah.
stays stagnant for so long.
Hmm.
It stays stagnant for just like months at a time.
Hmm.
It's like, come on, we need some movement here. Like,
I
somebody
think
fucking fight.
I think 170 is probably the most competitive, but in terms of overall everything, 185 is the premier division.
Hmm. I
Because think
agree.
about it, you got Whitaker, Chimaev, Strickland, Adesanya, DDP, um, Kaio, Nasruddin Imavov coming up. Vittori's still there. Paulo Costa, even though he hasn't looked the same, he's still there. You got a lot
What
of
I
young
like
guys.
about, it compares what I like about middleweight more than welterweight is, I know you mentioned like the vets that are around, like I get it, they're legends and all that, but you gotta move forward with the division though. And when half of your top 15 in a division is are guys that people would consider washed, it's not good.
Like
You gotta
welterweight or
get
middleweight.
you gotta get them the fuck out of there. Like for years and years, like middleweight was being hung up um by legends, but they weren't those guys anymore. So they had these rankings and they're holding a spot. And it's not like they're fighting, like the killer up and comers. So it holds back the division.
I
Okay,
mean,
and these guys aren't fighting down. That's the problem. They all think that they're, still,
are you talking about
God's
welterweight or
gift.
middleweight?
I'm talking about welterweight.
Oh,
Welterweight's where it's happening right
yeah,
now. It
yeah,
used to
yeah.
happen in middleweight.
Middleweight,
That's
because like middleweight, Strickland fought down. He was the number one contender. He fought number seven guy.
I'm
Like,
not talking
yeah.
about right now. I'm talking about like just in the past when this has happened with divisions where you're in a transitional period of like the new to the or the old to the new.
Can we agree on one thing? Is he should fight Imam?
Yeah,
Because think about
yeah.
this. Nasruddin Imavov has beaten three guys in the top 10 this year. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, he's on a hell of a run this year. He's had a
Dude,
great year.
from in January, he had no wins against anyone in the top 10. Now he has three.
He's really skyrocketed up. He's really earning his place.
Like, he deserves a number one contender fight against either Izzy or Robert Whitaker.
And Whitaker's gonna need some time to heal, but
I think they're probably going to
Izzy's
have Strickland rematch with Imamov because I think Chimaev's getting the next title shot.
you think they're gonna do Mamov and Strickland? I can see that. It just depends on if Strickland's sitting out.
Strickland can sit out. Fuck it. Make it Izzy versus him for the next number one contender fight then. We don't need Strickland.
Because yeah, I mean I could totally see Strickland sitting out. So that's my only hang
I
up
I
there.
think
So if
I
Strickland's out, then I mean, yeah, then it falls to Izzy. But if Izzy
the
doesn't take it, then I think the next logical step is to have an number one contender fight between Imamov and Barala.
I think they're probably gonna do. I think they might give the shot to Strickland. And I think they might have Chimaev fight Imamov for one more fight because Chimaev's only beaten one guy who's ranked at middleweight. Obviously, it's Robert Whitaker, but I think he needs one more win before he can get a title shot. That's just me.
I think they jump on it when they have the chance. I think they got to jump on it when it's hot. I think that's probably how they're going to look at it.
In that case, it's either Strickland versus Imamov or Chimaev versus Imamov.
What's
Imamov's fighting one of those guys.
Because honestly, what's more interesting, a Strickland rematch or a Chimaev rematch, or not a rematch, but a Chimaev fight?
Chimaev.
Exactly. So that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, I'll give you that. All right. Yeah. Moving on. Is there any boxing news you know of?
Not that I know of, out of a loop on boxing.
When is Fury fighting?
I just kind of watch the fights as they come with boxing, to be honest.
When is Fury and what's his face Usyk rematch happening?
I mean, next year for sure. I don't think that's happening this year. Usyk, is that fight happening?
Do you know Gilberto
February.
Zurdo Ramirez versus Chris Bellam Smith? It's the WBA and WBO cruiserweight titles that are on the line today, or this was yesterday, sorry.
What's going on with the cruiserweight title?
Yesterday the WBC and WBO cruiserweight titles were on the line.
Cool. They change hands.
I have no idea.
Okay,
Oh,
to
they're
correct
supposed to
myself,
do December 21st.
yeah, or 20. I don't know. It shows me 24th here. But oh no, I'm sorry. That's December of 2024.
Nice.
Well, yeah, so they're doing that this year.
Well, that's
Cool.
gonna be good. Yeah, man, I'm going with Usyk again
Hey, too.
because Usyk's got. You got to remember, Usyk's got the trump card of if it goes to decision, my country's at war, so they're gonna give me the decision according to Tyson Fury's logic.
Ukraine war is giving out decisions.
You know, what my favorite
Uh,
part was after that the fight was in like what May.
mhm. Yeah.
After that, Tyson Fury was like, "Merry Christmas and Happy New Year."
Didn't even know where he was at.
No, he got knocked down, dude. He's had a concussion. Who you
Yeah.
got?
I'm a believer in Usyk, man. I think it's Usyk's time. He's just got the skill. He does not fear Fury at all.
Eh,
Fury's a monster. When he shows up and he's ready to go, he's an
yeah.
absolute savage. So I mean, that's just kind of tough to deal with when you get a guy that big,
So
that
you're gonna go
powerful,
with
who's that
Fury?
fast. No, I think Usyk's gonna win. I'm just saying that Fury still brings like massive
Oh yeah,
problems.
he's still Tyson Fury, even though he's out of
So
his
I mean,
prime. He's still Tyson Fury.
yeah, I don't think he's washed. I'm just saying that. Like
No,
I just think stylistically Usyk's
he's
kind of got his number.
he's not a Tyson Fury who fought Wilder. The Tyson Fury who fought Wilder in the first fight or second fight probably would have beaten Usyk,
Hmm.
but that's like 7 years ago, Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to the next segment. Oh, actually, hold up. Let's look up the card. Let's see the card for Usyk versus Fury too. I want to see if there's any other fights on there. Oh wow, this fight was in February. No, no, it was in May. Yeah, it was in May. It was scheduled to take place in February, then it was postponed again.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know a lot of these guys on the card, man. I'm
Oh,
just
do
kind of
you have the
mainly
card
looking
pulled
forward to the
up?
main event. Yeah,
I'm trying to find it.
yeah. You can find it on Tapology.
Okay.
Um,
Any
but
fights
yeah, I
on
mean,
there?
there is Israel Mamradov, Madrimov,
Okay.
Israel Berchuk, Bochuk. I don't know, man. I don't know these guys. I'm not like I don't know like the ins and outs of like the up and coming guys right now.
All right, cool. I guess that's it for news in terms of Educate Neil
I'm an
segment.
MMA guy, you fuck.
The Educate Neil segment. I watched two fights. Glover versus Rumble Johnson and Jones versus Glover.
Jones and Glover, which one was the first one you said? You cut out.
Rumble versus Glover, all 16 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's crazy because he hits him with a shot that's even more powerful before that, and Glover did nothing happened. And then he hits him with an uppercut after, and he just goes to sleep.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, he hit him with like a right hook, like an overhand right or something
And
like that.
and
Which is kind
nothing
of
happened to Glover.
well, it could have done something to him because I mean he gets hit with it, and if I remember correctly, he shifts, like he shifts in movement and he just kind of stops, and that's when Rumble hauls back and hits him with the uppercut, which puts him out completely. So like that right hand before, the hook before is what set up the uppercut. He
Hmm.
goes over the top, knocks him over to the left, stops, then he hits him with the uppercut up the
Hmm.
middle. Just completely smokes him, knocks mouthpiece into the audience. the
It's crazy.
last time Rumble won in the Octagon. He
Was
won
that his
again in
last fight
Bellator.
that he won?
He won one fight in Bellator. He was part of a Bellator
Wait a
Grand Prix
minute.
that they were doing.
Let's look it up. Rumble Johnson.
He won one more fight in
Rumble
Bellator.
Johnson has a more recent win in the UFC than Stipe Miocic.
Tough.
Oh wait, no, no,
Flavo,
no.
Flavo.
You're actually no. He has a more recent win in Bellator than Stipe Miocic
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, because he was part of their Bellator was doing I think it's a light heavyweight Grand Prix.
Yeah. Did you watch that one?
He did. Um, but he was part of that, and then he was supposed to fight Yoel Romero, and then he got sick. And,
Dude, I was watching Yoel. I was also watching Yoel versus Brunson. Dude, Brunson was like killing him, and then he just got him.
mhm.
Like Brunson was taking him
Well,
down at will, and then Yoel just got him. And like Yoel ate that head
dude,
kick. That's when you
third
found out he
round,
wasn't human. He ate that head kick.
third round, Yoel Romero is the scariest fighter. Like top five scariest fighters of this
But
generation, of his generation.
the head kick.
Mhm. Just an iron chin, so
It
powerful.
hit him right in the back of the head. He didn't even flinch.
It's crazy, bro. It was you all remember it was absolutely crazy. Just he would just like bide his time for the first like two rounds every single time. Every single time he just was biding his time, setting up stuff, setting up, going really slow. Third round to come, and it was just like you didn't know when, but you were about to see some of the most violent shit you've ever seen in your life.
Hmm.
Like he was, I mean, he'd always be behind, dude. Like he was behind against Weidman. He knocked out Weidman in the garden. I mean, he's behind. Go to the third round. He just like launches himself up into the rafters, takes out Weidman. Same thing with Tim Kennedy. He almost gets knocked out by Kennedy, comes back. I mean, Stoolgate, but still same. Came back,
Hmm.
knocked out Tim Kennedy. He just made a whole thing out of it every single time.
It's crazy.
Great fighter. Great fighter.
That's insane. All right, that's the end of the podcast, y'all. Thank you guys for coming out. We'll do a live show hopefully in the next year in front of no one in like a decent studio hopefully eventually. But yeah, that's the end of the podcast. Thank you guys.